Good morning, all. Let's start with my first lecture of database management system. Before starting, I should give brief introduction of mine. I am Deepika Gupta, assistant professor in MIT Meerut. As you know, DBMS is a very important subject in terms of GATE exam, UGC NET exam, or for BTech students. All the major MNCs companies ask the question on DBMS. So it is very important for the placement point of view also, for the BTech point of view also, for the course content also, for any competition purpose also. So this database management subject is very crucial. So first of all, let's take an example. I should ask, what is the difference between a data structure and DBMS? So every student should know what is the difference between a data structure and DBMS. As you already read about the data structure basically is a way to organize the data in a RAM by doing various operations like updation, deleting, insertion. Various operation can be performed on that, but database management system is a way to organize the data in a hard disk. So the basic difference is in a data structure is the organization of a data in a RAM, and in DBMS the organization of data in a hard disk. That is the main difference between a data structure and the DBMS. So we store and the data in the hard disk through DBMS. That is called the database management system. So let's I have defined the proper example of database management system and data structure. Let's start with my first topic. What is data? Before going to the database management system, where few terms are there. What is data? What is database? So data is the basic raw facts and figures. So data can be a audio, data can be a text, data can be a bytes, data can be a audio, video. That has an implicit meaning. So it can exist in a variety of forms. That is called the data. And what is database? Database is the interrelated storage of the data. That means it is a collection of related data. If we are maintaining the database for the university, so university database consists of student data, faculty data, department data, library data, labs data, etc., etc. But if we talk that IRCTC data, that is a Indian Railway data, we can't include in the university data. Okay, because database is a collection of interrelated data. We can't include that IRCTC data in the university data. That is different data from that university data. So we cannot combine this data into the university data. That's why it is called, database is called collection of interrelated data. For example, names, telephone numbers, and addresses of all the people you know. So these are the attributes that are related to each other. Next is database management system. Before we go to the database and data, we should know what is database management system. So database management system is a set of programs, or it's a software that controls creation, storage, management, and retrieval of data in the database. So what is database management system? Database management system, basically it's a software. What is a software like? It is an interface between a user like we and between the database that is stored in the hard disk. Database is stored in the, we create the database in the hard disk. So it is a interface like. So example of database management system are Oracle. Oracle is a tool of Oracle company. MySQL is also a tool of Oracle company. DB2 is a tool of IBM. This one is also there, SQL Server, that is a tool of Microsoft. So this is an example of database management system. So first of all, you should know what is database components. There are 4 components of database. One is data, second is relationship, third is constraints, and fourth is schema. So I have already told you what is data. Data can exist in a variety of forms. It can be a number, text, bits, bytes, audio, or video. Relationship represent a correspondence between a various data elements. For example, if we talk about the university database, there are various entities that is stored in the database, like faculty data, student data, library data, account data. So there is a relationship between a student data and a faculty data. What is the relationship between the student faculty? Actually, student is taught by a teacher. So we have stored the data of a teacher also, कि which student is taught by which teacher, what is the name of that teacher, which subject is taught by that teacher. So there is a relationship between a student and a teacher. So that relationship is also stored in that database. Third one is constraint. Constraints are the predicates that define correct state of data to be stored in the database. Like roll number. Roll number of a student cannot be a null or a duplicate value. That is the constraint that is enforced on that roll number. So we have applied the constraint on the roll number that it cannot be a null or it cannot be a duplicate value, because roll number identifies the student uniquely. So this is the constraint applied on the roll number. Next is schema. Schema is the overall design of the database. Means how the database is organized in the hard disk. What is the structure of the database? Like we are storing the data in the forms of table or in the form of flat files or in the form of hierarchical model. So the main use of the data, how we are storing that data, that is the schema. Basically we store the data in the form of tables. So that is the relational data model. So we store the data in the form of table, that is called the relational data model. So schema, what is the schema? Schema is the overall design of the database. Next. So now I conclude what is DBMS. So DBMS is a collection of software programs that allows the user to define data types, structure, constraints, store data permanently, modify and delete the operations. So what is database management system? So database management system is basically a software. So it is used to enable the user to create, to maintain a database. So it is used to create, maintain a database. That is the process of defining, constructing, manipulating, sharing database among the various user applications. So means what is defining? Like a database involves specifying the data types, structures, constraint of the data to be stored in the database. Constructing means database is the process of storing the data on some storage medium that is controlled by the DBMS. Manipulating means we are applying several queries on the database to retrieve specific data or updating the specific data. Sharing means a database allows multiple users and programs to access the database simultaneously. So this is the example of the database management system. Now I should ask you, what is database system? So database system is a combination of database and DBMS. That is called the database system. What are the uses or application of DBMS? Where we use the DBMS? In the corporate, in the airlines, hotels, banks, universities, railway reservation, telecommunication industry, data minings and libraries. These are the some applications of DBMS. Functions of DBMS. That number one, what is the function of DBMS? Data storage management. The main function is data storage management, means it provides a mechanism for management of permanent storage of the data. Second is data manipulation management. A DBMS furnishes user with the ability to retrieve, update and delete existing data in the database. Next is data definition services. The DBMS accepts the data definitions such as external and conceptual schema. I will tell you later what is exceptional, external and conceptual schema. All the associated mapping in source form. Okay. The next is security management. DBMS protects the database against unauthorized access, either international or accidental. Okay. Next is backup and recovery management. DBMS provide mechanism for backing up data periodically and recovering from different types of failures. Next is concurrency control services. DBMS supports sharing of data among multiple users. They must provide a mechanism for managing the concurrent access to the database. DBMS ensures the database kept in a consistent state and integrity of the data is maintained. That is the main property of DBMS. Next is transaction management. DBMS follows the concept of asset properties, means atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability. These concepts are applied on a transaction to stay database healthy. So these are the some properties that is applied by the DBMS. Last one is data dictionary management. DBMS provides a data dictionary or system catalog function in which descriptions of data items are stored and which is accessible to the users, like name of the tables, name of the attributes, length of attribute, number of rows in each table, storage of each table, structures. These are the informations. Like it is stored the metadata. Metadata is data about the data. That is called the metadata. So it is stored these kind of informations. Advantages of DBMS: easy retrieval of data. Obviously, we retrieve the data by using this software very easily. Restricting the unauthorized access. We know unauthorized access can be done. Okay, only authorized access, only authorized user can use the database. So it requires the security protocols that is maintained by the DBMS. Next is minimal data duplicacy, controlling redundancy. There is no redundancy and data duplicacy is very minimal. But there is some disadvantage of DBMS is it is very costly. So this software is very costly to purchase. Complexity: as the number of users are increasing, complexity is also increasing. And it is large in size. So large in size means complexity will increase definitely. So these are the three disadvantages of the DBMS. That's all for the today. In the next session, I will cover what is the difference between a file system and DBMS. That's all for today.